Hello all, welcome to C Programming Learning. In this video we'll understand how to print left arrow start pattern. So let's start with our new file. I'm gonna write with hash include stdio.h. It will require nested if loop, so let's see how much if loop we required here and how much for loop we required here. So I guess we required a for nested loop here. We'll start with integer main. I'm gonna put this void, and here I'll start with integer main function. So it will be quite big, so I'm clicking it more down. In the integer main function, I'm going to put first integer n, and I would ask the user, like by using a printf statement, I will ask the user to put the values of column. So n is the number of column, so enter the number of columns. This line I will put, so enter the number of column, and by using the scanf statement I am taking the value of n and I am going to assign that to like this. So this will be number of column. So this way we have taken one value from the user and we have assigned that value to integer n variable. Now let's time to start our for loop. So for integer I, so here I am inline defining my iterative variables. Integer I equals to 1, I will be less than equal to maximum capacity n, and I plus plus. So here I have written first for loop of I. Inside that I'll write down for loop of j again. So I'll write down integer j equal to 1 here, and then j less than or equals to n minus I. Next line is that, and then j plus plus. So I have written for j. In that j I'm going to use leading space printf. So printf, inside that I'll just put a space. So here I have written two for loop. So here the for loop of j will be done, and then what I'll do is I'll write down a for loop of k. So I'll again use one for loop for integer k equals to 0, k less than equals to n minus I, and k plus plus. So here I have written for that, which is actually printing of star sign inside that. So I'm going to use printf and star. So here I have written for that, and then I'll ask the program control to go to the next line. So slash n. So it's printf slash n. So this part is nothing but for printing asterisk sign in an upper part of triangle with a left arrow. Now what I'll do is I'll start with one more for loop for integer. So this is the thing, like I'm going to print this for lower part, this program is there. So for integer I equals to 1, integer I less than n. So here is not equal to sign, and then I plus plus like this. In that I'll start again a loop for nothing but j. So for j equals to 1, now here again j will be less than I plus 1. This is for the lower part, and okay, so it went outside the loop bracket. So j I plus 1, and what I'll do is j plus plus. So I'm completing this bracket. Inside j I'm putting my leading space. So printf leading space, and then I'll start the same for k. For, so here I have forgotten to write down integer because I am declaring inline, so I have to write down the data type inline. So integer k equals to 1 comma k less than or equals to I plus 1 will be here, and then k plus plus. So here I have written, and for that I am going to write down printf. I'm going to write down my asterisk sign or star sign, we can say, and then I'll ask the program control to go to the next line again here. So I'll put a /n, and after that most important thing is written 0. So this way we have written for loop for I, for j, for k for upper part, and here we have written for I, for j, for k for lower part with written 0. Let's save this file. So save file as a left arrow dot c. After saving this, we'll build this file. If build finished with 0 error, let's run this file. So it will ask you to enter the number of columns. Let's put 6 and click enter. So as you can see, a left arrow here. I'll greater this is the only lower part it is showing, so we have to check here first of all again. So I is greater than n, and j will put a leading space, k minus I and /n. For here again, I and n and I plus plus j and print 0, then I plus 1 /n and 0. So this way we have written it completely correct. And then what I'll do is I'll build. Okay, so here it must be completing for loop bracket, so that's why it's not taking the upper part. So build it. This is for this for loop, and this is for this for loop, for this loop, for this, and for this. So let's build this again. It's showing at 55, line number 55, so we have to check here. Okay, at 55 we have one bracket, extra bracket. So now I'm going to build this again, and now I'm going to run this again. Let's put 8 and click enter. So here you can see a left arrow star pattern with 8 columns, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we have written I j k loop for upper part, and then we have written I j k loop for downward part of this. So here n thing is common, 8 at upper side, 8 at downward side. So we are going to run and build this again for 6 columns. So 6 will be at upper part, 6 will be at lower part. Let's see. Yes, it is showing us the correct result. So this way you can print left arrow star pattern in C programming language. I hope you understood today's program. Thank you.